28. Now that we have understood what is Bhagavad Gita, who wrote its Dhyana Shloka, what is the world view of the Bhagavad Gita, who are the greatest commentators, and in their opinion, what is Gita for? Who does the Bhagavad Gita address? All these things are now clear. Now, before we proceed to the first chapter into the Gita, we should know the causes, the immediate causes for the dejection of Arjuna on the battlefield. That is the first chapter. That is how the first chapter is named after. Arjuna Vishada Yogam. But before we proceed to the first chapter, we must think about the reasons that led to such a dejection, dissipation of vigor and vitality in Arjuna. It's important to know. So Mahabharata is a great epic, bigger and better than Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Of course, the greatest story and history told by a single man, Veda Vyasa or Vyasacharya. You might have heard the name Pandu, King Pandu. He happened to kill a Brahmin and he was cursed with Brahmahatya Papam, the sin of killing a learned, wise man. And he had to resort to tapas, penance, and go to the forest, the deep woods. He left his kingdom and appointed or entrusted his brother Dhritarashtra in charge of the kingdom until his sons should be old enough to undertake the responsibility of ruling the kingdom. But as we could expect, Dhritarashtra kept the kingdom for himself and his sons, refusing his nephews any share in their inheritance. See, Mahabharata starts with the breach of trust between the brothers. It's important that we keep every word that we utter. It is better to keep silent if we cannot be responsible of our words. Do not go back on your words, whatever be the pressure that comes from around the world. This is the first lesson. And from early childhood, therefore, there had been enmity. You should know the word betnoir. Betnoir was there between the two groups of cousins, the Pandavas, sons of Pandu, and the Dhartarashtras, sons of Dhritarashtra. Duryodhana was the eldest of the Dhartarashtras, sons of Dhritarashtra. He was by nature envious and jealous of the growing popularity and also of the moral and spiritual glory and superiority of the Pandavas, and tried to get rid of them by foul means. So he belonged to a group which Mahabharata terms as Atatayinaha. So Mahabharata says that there are some people who do not mind the law of karma and go their way in committing great sins and cause great wars and battles and bloodsheds. So our character Duryodhana was one such person, reminding us of the modern rulers of the society, envious of the growing popularity and spiritual abundance of his own cousin brothers. And he tried to poison the mighty Bhima, and failed in the attempts. And he tried again to kill them all by inviting them to a beautiful house built of shellac and setting fire to it while they were inside. So first is giving poison to somebody in food or in other ways is a great sin, and that person deserves the capital punishment according to the Mahabharata. Mahabharata, you should know, was a law book too, and a moral code to the society, not only a history book. Setting fire to somebody's property, house or buildings is another crime that Mahabharata terms as one befitting capital punishment. And these were the ways of the Dhartarashtras, especially Duryodhana, who had this enmity, this jealousy against the Pandavas. And Pandavas knew quite well how wicked and spiteful Duryodhana and his brothers were, and so many other hurdles and calamities befell them. But you see, the good-natured, the sattvika personalities do not react to situations, but they respond to it after careful thinking and counsel with great masters. So Gita tells us to be with the greatest counsel available, that is Lord Krishna, who has crossed the ocean of transmigration and who is ever ready to help us on our journey towards excellence. The rest of the story could be discussed tomorrow.